when I did the Enemy Steve Netflix interview with Alex um, on Cillian's interview. It was his little cameo appearance that I made um, on this actually. And I mentioned that I had two students that were going to be starring with Marlon Brando. Couple of interesting points because like I had nothing to really do with it in one sense, but in another sense I did actually. One thing is Paul, and a very intriguing fact. Paul was coming to me for lessons on a Friday night, and basically Paul was going to be taking acting lessons on Friday to prep up for the role with Marlon Brando. And Cillian, if you can recall, Cillian actually solicited private guitar lessons from me on Patrick Street. And he mentioned Friday would be perfect. And so like we had to kind of wait for the Friday slot to open up, which did because Paul was moving to Thursday. And Cillian could get his first choice on the Friday as a consequence of that. And ironically, Cillian hasn't been to acting school, so, per se. I kind of know people who've been to RADA as well. Like none of them have come near the success that Cillian has, but they can make a living and they do quite well. Some of them are quite famous. But a kind of intriguing point is that kind of acting is a bit of it's kind of stochastic. It's kind of a bit of chancer's kind of game kind of thing. And you can kind of, it's like a bit of confidence, you got a chance. But the thing is, I mean, Cillian, during the auditions for Disco Pigs, I mean, Cillian was absolutely kind of hitting it out of the park. He was so good. And again, I have to say, like, studying Zappa and thinking like, if I can play Frank Zappa stuff, I can play anything and I can do anything. So I think there was an element of that. And also confidence. I mentioned about the guitar marathon and kind of going around a little bit. I think he got some confidence from that. I was getting a lot of, vicissitudes at that time when Cillian was studying with me. Like I was on the front of the paper and like I was getting a lot of media coverage. I was on RTE. I was in, I had gotten kind of a little modicum of fame, shall we say, kind of the Andy Warhol type thing. But so like Cillian had kind of proximity to that kind of thing, and it was kind of I think it engendered a little confidence in him anyway. But the thing is like that, you don't need like you could just take a chance with acting and get a big role. And two of the kids, the two kids that I was teaching, just they got those roles like, and kind of stuff like the key part with the acting situation was, I believe, like kind of, is there anything else that you can tell us about yourself? Kind of that juncture, that point, that's the point, and like kind of, having like an acoustic guitar kind of thing there, and someone was able to kind of go up and say, "Excuse me, do you mind?" And they kind of got the acoustic guitar and played like the intro to, like fingerpicked, the intro to Don't Think Twice, It's All Right by Bob Dylan. And they didn't even make it through 7 bars. And it was like, are you ready to kind of start tomorrow kind of thing? And I think another one was basically same thing, like, is there anything else that you'd like to add about yourself? And kind of blasé, kind of understated, kind of, yeah, like bit of school kind of thing, doing some school, and you're doing some school kid, like to start tomorrow kind of thing. And they got as well, like, they got in. So it's, but I have to say about the two kids I was teaching that did get to, well, were going to be working with Brando, they were great kids, brilliant kids with fantastic attitudes. That's the thing. Very positive, brilliant children. Well, they were adolescents or whatever, but they were great kids, and like they were going to be starring with Marlon Brando, which is quite an achievement. Like, so that's the thing about acting. Like, it's kind of, you just gotta, like, if you got a bit of confidence and a bit of self belief and all that stuff, that can go a long, long way. Thank you for listening.